Hi again, everybody. A lot of times when I visit schools, people ask me, what is my favorite book that I've written? And particularly in the Adventures with the Parkers series, 13 adventure novels taking place in our best national parks. I don't always give the same answer. I change my mind a lot. But certainly one of them is Going to the Sun. It takes place in Glacier National Park. And Glacier National Park is really one of my all-time favorite places. Little bit of background about Glacier. When it was first discovered in the 1800s, there were over 150 glaciers in the park. A glacier is permanent snow that moves under its own weight. In order to do that, it needs to be at least 25 acres in size and 90 to 100 feet deep. Now, though, due to climate change, there's only 20 or so active glaciers left. And in the book Going to the Sun, the Parkers hiked to one of those glaciers, Sperry Glacier, which is a long trail above Sperry Chalet, which is a hike to backcountry chalet in the park. And here is a little bit of what it's like hiking to Sperry Glacier. Follow along with the Parker family. In the morning after breakfast, the Parkers began their hike towards Sperry Glacier. The trail immediately steepened, and as they trudged up it, James paused to see how far they'd come. "It seems like we're hiking toward the sky," he said with delight. Morgan heard a pika whistle. She briefly saw the tiny animal dash away from the trail. "It does look like a little rabbit," she called out to her mom. James pointed to a cliff above them. "There's a bigger animal up there." A mountain goat was perched on a rock. It appeared to be watching the Parkers hike. After a series of steep switchbacks, the pitch of the trail eased. The family now passed several mossy, garden-like areas with trickling waterfalls and small ponds. Finally, they reached a larger lake with a snowfield sticking up out of it. Its blue ice shone through the water at the lake's edge. Mom gazed at their surroundings. "And I thought yesterday's trail was magnificent," she said. "This is unreal." The trail steepened. It soon led directly to a narrow slot in a rock wall. Morgan, James, Mom, and Dad peered up into the opening at the series of cemented rock stairs. A cable was bolted into the stones for the hikers to hold onto. The rock staircase, Dad recalled. "I remember reading about this." One by one, the family hauled themselves up the stairs. They regrouped at the top where it was breezy and noticeably cooler. The Parkers gazed in wonder at the massive slabs of ice and chunks of glacier to their left and right. In the distance, the largest of the ice fields loomed. "Wow," Dad gasped. "This is even better than I expected." Morgan took several photos at Comeau Pass. The Parkers noticed small rock piles or cairns indicating the path to the main part of the glacier. Morgan, James, Mom, and Dad trekked on. They climbed a finger of rock, then dropped down to a tongue of ice, crossed it, and climbed again. At the top of each mound was another cairn with a post in it. The Parkers kept hiking. Finally, Dad noticed a small weather station, its anemometer for measuring wind speed spinning in the breeze. From there, the Parkers stared at the largest remaining part of Sperry Glacier. The mass of ice dipped down from the mountain with a distinct set of cracks near the top. James looked at his father. "Let's climb Mount Everest next," he said enthusiastically. Dad put his arm around James. "It does seem like we're doing that type of an excursion, doesn't it?" Mom took a deep breath. "It's hard to imagine this glacier being gone in 10 or so years. It's still quite large." The family found a place to sit down and study the scene. Below the glacier, a couple of turquoise ponds were filled with its meltwater. James pulled out his map. "I think," he checked again, "that below those ponds is Avalanche Lake, where we hiked the other day." So one of the signs of a glacier moving are the cracks in the ice, and another is the turquoise water beneath it. In Glacier National Park, the rangers call that turquoisity. And what that means is the weight of the glacier is grinding the rocks underneath it into a rock flour. And when that rock flour gets into the water, it turns it a turquoise color. Sperry Glacier is one of the 20 or so remaining glaciers left in Glacier National Park, and due to climate change, it's supposed to be gone by about 10 to 20 years. I hope you enjoyed that story from Going to the Sun. Send me a note, and I'll be posting more soon. Bye, everybody.